I 1000% agree, man. I was raised in a household where, I mean, I think most of us in our, I'm not age myself. I'll be 43 in a couple of weeks,
Okay.
and I was raised in a black household where the kids will speak when spoken to, seen and not heard. If your reply came too quickly to something that they said, it was considered talking back. If you breathe the wrong way after words were spoken, you might catch a shoe. You know what I mean? So I fully understand it. I take that same thing with my daughters, right? It's like I want them to have I want them to feel like their voice matters because it does. I want them to have some agency in kind of what's happening in their world. Doesn't mean that they're going to change it, right? Like I may say something, this is the way things are going to happen, and I allow them to have an opinion because I value their opinion. Now, at the end of the day, I'm still judge, jury, and executioner. So, yeah,
Exactly.
that's a really cool idea that you had, but nah, we still gonna do it the way I said it. But thank you
Right,
for
right.
sharing. I think that gives me some information on how I can approach it the next time. But I was just telling my wife this the other day. It's like, hey, we because I have a 13-year-old, so she's getting a little, she's starting to feel herself a little bit, right? Not
Okay.
really with me, but more so with my wife. And I'm like, hey, we've up to this point, we've been teaching them to advocate for themselves, right? Like to have the ability to talk about how something made them feel, or not necessarily whether it was fair or not fair, but just kind of like, okay, this is what's going on for me personally. And I'm like, they got to practice it somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? If they're going to advocate for themselves, this is probably the safest place for them to do that. So we kind of have to like guide them in it, right? Like there is a right way and a wrong way to advocate for yourself. And like, hey, babe, this is the wrong way to do it. Like I understand what you're trying to do and what you're trying to say, but my mom would have punched you in the mouth if you'd have said that to her. So let's reel
Exactly.
that back in. Let's try that again. This is how I would have said it if I actually wanted to be heard. And I think that's a really important thing to teach uh our kids.
Yeah, I think that's key too, because one of the things I want my son to understand is he can come and talk to me about anything. I don't want to be that dad where he's scared to come and say, "Dad, I did this because of how I may react." So that's one of the key things I make sure, like, hey, no matter what you do, I'm always going to be in your corner. You can talk to me about anything, and I make sure I instill that in him, like right now at 4 years old. So when he comes to me say, "Daddy, I did this," or I ask him, "Hey, did you do this?" He'll look at me and he'll kind of hesitate because he knows it's coming. But I ask him again, like, "Hey, bro, did you do this?" Yes. And then from there, we can have a conversation of, okay, hey, this is something that you don't do. This is the reason why. So I always want to make sure that he doesn't have to hide anything from me, regardless of what it is.
Right. Yeah, that's an awesome way to do it, right? Like I'm not a fatherhood expert. I'm still in the muck and
Right.
mire of
We,
it,
we we
right?
learn as we go, right?
Yeah, and one of the things that I firmly believe is that like we really won't know how well we've done until our kids become parents, right? That's
Exactly.
gonna be the first time we get to see them kind of replicate what we did. And so like I'm trying every day to do the best that I can. At the end of the day, I'm self-assessing. I kind of sucked a little bit today. Let's try again tomorrow. And I think that's kind of what allows me to kind of continue to move the way I'm moving is like, all right, I know it's not perfect, but I'm okay with the intention behind what I did today.